Did it for Palestine. For Gaza, gunman accused of killing Israeli embassy staffer says in court. Elias Rodriguez, accused of fatally shooting two Israeli embassy staff members outside a Jewish museum in Washington, D.C., said in court that his motive was to show support for Gaza and Palestine. The 31-year-old allegedly shouted, "Free Palestine," and "I did it for Palestine, I did it for Gaza, I am unarmed," as he was apprehended following the attack, Associated Press reported. The victims, identified as Yaron Liskinsky and Sarah Milgram, both employees of the Israeli embassy, were leaving an annual Young Diplomats reception at the Capital Jewish Museum when they were gunned down. What Elias Rodriguez said in court. Elias Rodriguez, who faces charges including the murder of foreign officials, reportedly flew to Washington from Chicago on Tuesday with a handgun in his checked luggage and purchased a ticket for the museum event just hours before it began, an FBI affidavit revealed. Read more. Who is Elias Rodriguez? Jewish museum shooting accused chanted "Free Palestine" before attack. During his questioning, Elias Rodriguez told officials that he was inspired by an Air Force member who self-immolated outside the Israeli embassy in February 2024, whom he described as courageous and a martyr. Interim U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia Jeanine Pirro condemned the attack, stating, "Violence against anyone based on their religion is an act of cowardice. It is not an act of a hero. Antisemitism will not be tolerated, especially in the nation's capital." Elias Rodriguez's actions were premeditated. Investigation shows evidence presented in federal court indicated that Elias Rodriguez had been pacing suspiciously outside the museum before approaching a group of 4 people and opening fire. Steve Jensen, assistant director in charge of the FBI's Washington field office, described the killings as both an act of terror and directed violence against the Jewish community. Swipe left for next video. The chief executive of the American Jewish Committee, Ted Deutsch, whose organization hosted the event, expressed profound sorrow, saying, "Sarah and Yaron were stolen from us. Moments before they were murdered, they were smiling, laughing, and enjoying an event with colleagues and friends. We are in shock and heartbroken as we attempt to process this immense tragedy." Elias Rodriguez will remain in custody, with a preliminary hearing set for June 18. He has been charged with 2 counts of murder, murder of foreign officials, causing the death of a person using a firearm, and discharging a firearm during a crime of violence. If convicted, he faces the possibility of the death penalty or life in prison. Latest blogs.